Hello friend, this is me, your host. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are well and doing great. So today I'm back with another video to give a review on another book, which is One Day and Forever. This is by Shari Low. On this day we meet Kara McClanter. In the last week, she has quit her job as costume designer at the Cladeside TV studio, calling off her wedding and moved out of the flat she shared with her fiancé, Josh. 2025 isn't starting off well. Tria McClanter, Kara's older sister, owner of upmarket travel concierge service, just days away from her dream destination. Just days away from her dream destination wedding to Seb Canning, the love of her life. Josh Jackson, Kara's now ex-fiancé, director of the PR company that represents the Clydeside TV studio. Jacinta McClanter, Kara and Tria's mother, free spirit, former actress, aficionado of floaty chiffon outerwear and all things Louis. Corbin Jacobs, lead actor on the soap The Cladeside, lecherous hours and root of old Kara's professional woes. Ollie Childs, Kara's best friend, born and bred in Glasgow. Now lives in LA after shooting to stardom when he landed a major role in The Clansman, an American TV spin-off of the movie franchise. Of the same name, watched by millions across the globe. Sina Montgomery, Ollie's wife, she kept her maiden name when they married. Born in LA, actress and former Disney teen star, now navigating the bumpy world of the New York stage. Moira Kyles, Ollie's mom, a former pub and club corner crooner, now a cabaret singer on cruise ships. Being known to declare that she has the best set of pipes ever to come out of Glasgow. Although she will concede under pressure that Lolo comes close. Calvin Fraser, semi-retired entertainment manager, prides himself on his grooming standards, his patience, and his ability to survive almost 40 years in the shark-invested waters of the film and TV industry. Cara McClintock, if I promise, I will give you all my worldly goods, including my signed Lenny Kravitz poster and a kidney. Will you let me out of this? Let me stay in bed for the next 2 weeks. Please don't make me go to your wedding. Please don't make me go to your wedding. Kara pleaded, but her words were muffled because her head was under one of the pillows on her sister's double bed. Luckily, her older sibling, Priya's very nice fiance, Seb, had flown ahead to Hawaii on New Year's Day with his two brothers to have a mini stage celebration. Before they tied the knot. Otherwise, Kara would have been on the couch for the last 2.5 nights. The last 2.5 awful, terrible nights since Kara had quit her job, left her home, and called her half of what supposed to be the sisters' beach front double wedding of their dreams in Honolulu. In their picture of that day, the two sisters would stand side by side, both glowing as they promised their futures to the men they had chosen to spend their lives with. That vision had been shattered in the early hours of the first day of the year. When Kara had made the decision to renege on the forever stuff. Although in the moment she hadn't quite thought through the reality that she would still have to attend her sister's nuptials, rubbing salt in the wounds of her newly shattered heart. Again, Kara didn't disagree, but she wasn't going to get into that right now, because she had to be at the plebiscite in half an hour and the clock was ticking. I won't back down, Mum. But right now, I will let Ria give you a rundown on everything. Over behind their mother, Ria's eyes widened in outrage as she mimicked stabbing Kara. Because I need to run. And you are going to be proud of me. I might not be Julia Roberts, but today I'm going to speak to the bosses at the studio and maybe Josh too. And I'm going to stand my ground with them all. The grin in his cheek that always popped up when he was angry had been in full view. Make a complaint, speak to him in private back at the studio. I don't know, Kara, but now you have caused a public scene that I'm going to have to manage in the media. And they're going to have to write in a limp for the lead character. So tell me, since you don't seem to think that a grown-ass man verbally abusing your fiancé in a public is a deal breaker, what would you have done if it was me? That he had got physical with? It wasn't you, though. Eyes blazing, she had refused to back down. Just go with me here. If it were me, the woman you are marrying, The woman you are marrying next week and the mighty Corbin bloody Jacobs had a hold of me. Despite my objections, would you have wanted me to put up with that? Away from him, even if it caused a bit of a scene. To her complete devastation, he hadn't been able to give the obvious answer. He had stayed silent, clearly weighing up both sides. The only side should have been hers. Wow, she had said, too hard to even challenge him. Josh hadn't even tried to make it right. Look, we are not getting anywhere here. I'm going for a shower. We will talk about it in the morning. An hour later, he was asleep beside her, but she had been awake, staring at the ceiling, letting the truth sink in. He would never defend her. This wasn't good times and bad. He would never defend her. This wasn't good times and bad. This was whatever suited him best. Tears had run from the outer corners of her eyes into her hair. As a realization dawned, she couldn't marry someone who wasn't going to be there for her when she needed him. She had no idea where to start, but she knew she couldn't go to Hawaii with him, couldn't wear her white dress, couldn't promise to love him. And vowed to always stand by him when he hadn't stood by her. Now, no matter how Sandra had treated her, Alice felt nothing but horror and sadness that this has been the outcome. I walked into a, please don't say a door. Alice prompted gently, making it known that she wouldn't believe that. Sandra shrugged. I couldn't care less. what you think. What do you want? Zach cleared his throat. It's actually me who wanted to come here tonight. I'm looking for Larry. My name is Zach Corland. My mom was a friend of Larry's, and I just wondered if I could ask him a couple of questions. Couple of questions about her. She is dead now, but there are some things I'd like to know that only Larry can answer. Alice was impressed by his improvisation, and she immediately realized that there was more chance of a positive outcome if she detached herself a little from the aim of the visit. I'm just here because Zach asked me to help him track Larry down. His mom was my friend too. So I was just trying to help out. Sandra took a step backwards. Larry's not here. He went down to the off license to get some beers. Come back tomorrow. I can't come back tomorrow, Zach said, with a sense of urgency. I need to go back to Ireland tonight, and I was really hoping that I could speak to him just for 5 minutes before I went. Could we come in and wait for him? Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't have been Alice's choice of moves. She had much rather have fled the scene or waited in Val's car. But she remembered that Zach was a family lawyer who would probably have experience in dealing with abuse and domestic violence. Also, if he had Margaret's heart, then there was no way that he would walk away from someone who could be in danger. And the truth was, for Alice, right now personal feelings didn't even come into it. She didn't want to leave either until she knew Sandra was safe. Alice was walking quickly and he was having to rush to keep up with her. If he truly thought there was even the slightest possibility that you were his son, he would have accepted the DNA test in the hope that he could take you up on the offer to take care of him. He used to demand money from my son all the time. Just one of the many reasons that Rory cut him out of his life. Bingo! Alice was right. There was no doubt about that. For the first time since the prospect of Larry McLean being his father was raised, Zack felt the twist of anxiety in his gut unwind just a tiny bit. They were almost across the communal grass area in front of the house, close enough to see that Val was watching them, ready and waiting in the jeep. The thing is, though, the photos of mom and dad still don't make sense. The dates still don't work. If I didn't get half my DNA from that wild human being in there, then who was it? Alice looked like she could weep with either the relief or the stress of it all. I honestly do not have a single clue, Zack. She climbed into the front seat of the jeep while he folded his way two long limbs into the back. Well, Wall asked urgently, and he saw that she had the expression of someone who was watching something terrible unfold but couldn't look away. It's not him, Zack said, relief oozing out of every word. Val throws up her hand. I knew it. You couldn't possibly be related to that old bastard. She put the car into the drive, and then he could see an expression of puzzlement cause her to frown. She put, but hang on, if it isn't him, then who? Zack sagged back in the seat, his body suddenly giving in to the exhaustion and turmoil of the last couple of days. I don't know. I think I need to get to the airport and speak to my dad. While Diesel took off like she was auditioning for Fast and Furious. No, brother, son, just pray we don't hit another people, and I will have you there in no time. Alice had spotted the side eye that was coming her way. If they are not there when I arrive, they will be available as soon as I get the place sorted out. When they had reached the house, they had raced inside and picked up her travel bag. Okay, have you got everything? Well had demanded. All your IDs, passport, driving license, Tesco Club's card, and your purse. And where is your jewelry? Have you put one of those AirTag thingies in your jewelry bag? A year ago, Val had lost her most precious possessions while traveling, and it had scared her for life. She had then been introduced to the power of tracking devices and never left home without them. AirTag Alice had. I thought I saw him staggering down the street after you arrived, but I thought I had to be mistaken. Who let you in then? Alice's jaw clenched at the memory. Sandra? No, she is still with him. Alice nodded. She is, and Val, what a state she is in. She went on to recount the whole story, and with every detail, Val's jaw set firmer and her knuckles got tighter on the steering wheel. He's a horrible bastard, that truly is. he is. And it's a credit to you that you want to help her. I couldn't leave anyone in that position. Our problem is she doesn't want my help. I am going to give Bernadette a call in the morning and see what she thinks. Maybe the group can do something to help. Meanwhile, I have given Sandra my number and told her to call day or night. She's not ready yet, but hopefully it won't be long. Val took it all in. I will see if I can find a way to keep a wee eye on her too. Val had fingers in every pie of the community and social care. And there were many people in their cluster of villages that she didn't know. If there was a way to help, she would find it. The miles passed way too quickly, and they were already approaching the slip road for the airport. Val followed the series of swooping curves round to the entrance to the drop-off zone and zipped right into the space left by a departing minivan. Zack pulled the cases out of the boot, then gave Val a hug. It was a real pleasure to meet you, son. Next time you are in Scotland. Come visit me, she told him, patting his back. I sure will. Thanks for everything, Val. We wouldn't have done today without you. Alice thought yet again. What a decent man Morag had raised. Zack let Val go and then picked up the cases. Alice, I will just go wait at the entrance and let you say your goodbyes. She couldn't even thank him because a rock had just lodged in her throat. While met her gaze, and Alice saw the same emotion coming right back at her. She took a step forward and wrapped her arms around her diminutive pal. Breathing in her heady scent, a mixture of Enlet hairspray, coconut shampoo, and a quick squirt of channel number 5. After a few moments, she managed to find her voice. Well, I'll never be able to thank you enough for what you have done for me. You gave me my life back, and I will be so grateful. You are the very best person I have ever known. There was a large sniff. Alice, if I have blue mascara, tears down my cheeks, it will be your fault. You saved your life all by yourself, my love. I was just there to cheer you on. And this goodbye isn't for long, because I'll be down to see you next month. Okay, sweetheart. Well, I'm glad you still hadn't left the house. I am glad you still hadn't left the house. I know, but it can't be helped. I will call you in the morning and let you know what time I'll be arriving. Love to Sophie and to you. Your son? Cillian asked, his words almost drowned out by the loud horn. That went off to signify that the luggage carousel was about to start moving. Yes, Rory. He is the same age as Zach. They actually remind me a bit of each other. She didn't say that this morning she had been convinced that there were physical similarities too, especially now she was face to face with Cillian Corner. She was looking at a real life reminder that Mary McLean didn't have a monopoly on pale blue eyes. The conversation was interrupted again by the noise of the conveyor belt starting up and beginning its slow trundle around the baggage reclaim hall. Why don't you run over then and get the room sorted? I will wait with Alice and get the luggage, Celine had suggested. Dad, I'm not having you lugging cases all the way over there. I will wait here for them and you two go on over. Nonsense. I am perfectly capable of handling a few cases. Alice didn't doubt that for a second. If she remembered correctly, Celine was only a couple of years older than her. So he wasn't even in his 60s yet. And he had already told her that working with his construction company on top of 3 gym sessions a week kept him fit. I had much rather do that than stand in queues at reception and fill out all that paperwork. Alice and I can chat away while we are waiting. Is that okay with you, Alice? I will put all the cases on a trolley so you will not be having to cart them yourself. That sounds like the ideal plan, as long as you don't mind, Zach. If you are sure, Zach had checked, to which Alice had nodded gratefully. She knew that she would have handled this on her own, with no issues at all. She had coped with so much more. Than a minor travel blip in recent years. but she had to admit it was good to be dealing with his alongside friends. I think that's my cases there, she said, pointing to the two purple suitcases that had been going away gifts from Val and all the women in their gang. The friends that she hadn't even met a year ago. The friends that she hadn't even met a year ago, but who would now be part of her life forever. Cillian loaded them both onto the trolley, along with his own and Zach's, and they made their way out of the terminal building and across the signposted path that led directly to the hotel. Someone had cleared the path so that trolleys didn't have to be pushed through the snow. But still, the cold had hit them as soon as the doors had opened. Although it felt strangely refreshing to have the bite of frost in the air. When they reached reception, Zach was already standing there with their keys. Here you go, Dad. You are in 201. I am next door in 203. And Alice, you are in 205. A young man came over from the concierge desk with a brass luggage trolley. Would you like me to take your luggage up to your rooms? Yes, please, Sinian nodded, helping to transfer the cases onto the hotel trolley before giving him the relevant room numbers. No problem at all. The bellboy told them the bar is still open if you would like a drink. Cillian didn't need much persuasion. I think I could definitely do with a pint after all that. Alice. Zach, I'm not trying to lead you astray, but would you like to join me? Zach shook his head. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Dad, but I am naked. I am just going to go on upstairs. He reached over and gave his dad a hug and then made Alice smile by hugging her too. I will see you in the morning. And Alice, thank you so much for everything today. I would have been lost without you. And I'm so grateful. I'm glad we got everything sorted out. An unspoken agreement passed between them when he didn't use specifics. Neither of them would ever discuss Larry McLean again. It was over, done. As far as they were both concerned, it had never happened, which was how she viewed her time with Larry too done. I am too, and I'm so glad that our paths crossed. You know, the divine intervention we were talking about. I can't help thinking that your mom planned that for a reason. Good night, Zach. So this is all we have from this book. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to press the like button, and if you want to suggest any book for a review, you can tell me in the comment section. And if you wanted to buy one of these books, you can buy it from our Amazon page, Best Book for You. So I'll be back with another video, with another book review. Till then, just take care and goodbye.